We gather neath the steeple as part of your herd, to sing of your praises, to hear of your word. But it ain't just 1 hour when we hear our Savior speak, 'cause the echoes of Sunday are heard all throughout the week. The echoes of Sunday ringing out through all my life. The echoes of Sunday give me comfort when in strife. Oh, to hear of your mercy and to know of your grace. The echoes of Sunday help me see my Savior's face.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another Echoes of Sunday podcast. I'm your host, Cody Bershing, and today I'm once again joined by my co-host, my good friend Logan Cook.
Hey guys, happy to be here. And we are joined with one of our good friends, and if you've been listening to the podcast, you've heard her husband on the podcast, Jacob Wotruba, and now we're joined with Heleana Wotruba, and we've been friends for, I think, about 2 years.
Yeah.
We worked together at Applebee's for a little bit, and that was a fun time. Mm-hmm. It was a time to be alive, and we are now very grateful to have her on the podcast. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. I've never done anything like this before, so it's going to be interesting talking to you guys. I don't know if you guys know my whole story or anything, but...
I don't think so.
I definitely do not, at least.
Bits and pieces, but...
Yeah.
One thing you guys should know is Helena is a very open person, and we love that about her. It's refreshing, honestly.
Yes.
And we cannot wait. We cannot wait to hear her story.
Yeah.
With that, I think we can just get right into it.
You want to get right into it, just full sun?
Sure,
Yeah.
Let's go.
So yeah, the first question we usually ask is just, what is your faith story, Helena? What's that been like? What's your relationship with God? How has it adapted and morphed and grown over time? We just take that however you want it. We'd love to hear.
Yeah, so...
Just don't be afraid to go slow.
Yeah, no. We can start before I met Jacob. So when I was little, I went to church like maybe once or twice with my grandma. She never had a home church or like a home body where she went to specifically, but she went to this is kind of jumping right into a story here.
It's okay.
She went to this, I think it was Jehovah's Witness church. They can't celebrate any like holidays or anything, like you can't decorate for anything. So Easter one year, I went to church with her a couple times here, but Easter one year she decorated, and they knocked on her door, of course, and she had to take all the decorations and throw them. Like,
they made her take them down.
Yes, they didn't see them. She like picked everything up and was like, "We got to go! Like everybody pick this up now." My brother's like 5 years old at this point. Yeah. He brings out an egg in front of these Jehovah's Witnesses and goes, "Egg." And they left. They were like, "No, you can't come to church here anymore." And they left, and she never went back. So that's like really, when I was like, I'd say like 10 maybe, that was my experience, my first experience at church. So I don't think I jumped back in quickly. I was also really young, so I didn't really understand. And then during middle school, we had this thing called Camp Tuesday, where every Tuesday after school, I'd go to a non-denominational church in Madison, Wisconsin. That's where I'm from. And we would kind of do a Bible study with a couple of my friends. It was really good. I actually went on to a a missions trip with them to Missouri. That was really awesome. We stayed at a church, and we just like did a lot of community service, and I feel like that gave me a really good base. But kind of COVID hit after I started doing that a year after, so it was like it just got shut down really quick.
Yeah.
So that's my second experience. Like, I never really had a home congregation. I was never a member at a church. But yeah, so throw back to like 2024. This was 2 years ago now, right? Yeah, it's 2026.
2026
wow.
now.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Yeah, I met Jacob, and this is another great thing about me that you guys might not know. 2 months before I met Jacob, I was in a relationship with a woman, and that was like, honestly, just like looking back on that, it felt like I just don't recognize myself, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I think about that. If you would have asked me, like, where I was today in that situation in 2024, I would not be able to, like, I would just be like, are you serious? Like, I would not believe you. But yeah, that situation was just, it was more mental because that person was kind of like my rock, you know? Like, we were really great friends from 5th grade all the way to my senior year in high school. So it wasn't really like a relationship, but it was more of like a strong friendship that she would have said was a relationship. So
But you wouldn't have said that.
In some aspects, I would. But now, like, it's hard for me to admit that, you know? Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm so different now, you know? Like, I met Jacob 2 months after I finished, completely cut off contact with that person. So, yeah, and when I met Jacob, after that happened, it was, like, I don't really know what we were looking for. I wasn't going to church at all. He was, but he wasn't, like, taking everything in that he was learning about these sermons and everything. So, but yeah, when we met, his dad was actually like, hey, you guys should find a church to go to while you're down there, because Jacob would come every other weekend from Green Bay down to Madison, and we'd hang out, you know. So this is kind of where my faith started to build. We found a church that was St. Andrew's in Middleton, Wisconsin. Randy Hunter was the pastor there. He recently got a call to Idaho, I believe, where he's serving there in like a missions church kind of thing. I'm not like 100% on the details, but
So that was a Wells Lutheran church.
a Wells Lutheran church, correct? Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, Jacob's dad found that for us, and we started going. I really liked it. It was very modern. They had a praise band, which I personally really like. It is just something different, you know, because like the churches in New Ulm where we are now is like, they're really like old fashioned. I also like that too, but I grew up in Madison, Wisconsin, where I'm in the middle of the city, so like you're probably
it's a very different type of ministry.
Yes, you're not really gonna find that old like traditional church, which
Yeah, you said your first basically experience with church was with the non-denom.
Yeah,
the Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, so that was also like very modern. We sang hymns like at St. Andrew's, the Wells Church in Madison, that they sing hymns, but they also incorporate like radio Christian music into their services, which is really cool because I've heard these songs on social media before. So I went to this church for the first time and I heard these songs that I knew and I was like, I can sing these. Like, I know this. Like, I really like this, you know?
Yeah.
So that was the first experience for me that was like, wow, like, I can get into this. Like, I get this. Okay. I see what people are doing here.
I see what people are doing
you know,
here.
I like...
We're vibing.
Yeah, I never had any church, anything like that. So, like, it was really cool to just walk into that church for the first time, be super welcomed. Jacob went to church his whole life as he grew up. So it was nice to have somebody to hold on to and to just walk in there with, and I didn't feel alone. Which, like I said, is just super, I'm very grateful for that. I would not have done that by myself, I don't think. Maybe, God willing, but I don't think I would have done that. So
it's
it was really
intimidating.
nice.
It's very intimidating to go into any new situation, even with like friends and like family, let alone yourself. I mean, that's just a whole nother ball game. So
Yeah,
totally.
and so we went there. Really liked it. We kept going. This was probably, I should say, in this time, Jacob was still an electrician, still going to college or school for that.
Trades.
Yeah, and then I would say like maybe 3 months into us dating, he was like, I'm going to be a pastor. And I was like,
What?
I'm doing this now.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really know what that is. I've gone to church maybe twice with you now. We've been dating for 2 months. Like, it's kind of cool. Okay.
2 months.
Like,
yeah.
And it was just so weird. I kind of just thought, like, why? Like, why do you want to switch from electrician where you're going to college already? You're already almost through. You have a great job, steady income, to going straight to where? New Ulm, Minnesota? Where even is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Never heard of it.
Serious. And so, yeah, that was another thing that was like, if I'm going to change my life around, I'm already going to church now. It's something completely new. I'm going to stick with you and do this pastor thing with you, like, I'm going to be there by your side just because, like, it's new. I don't know. I like change. So,
Wow.
So 2 months in, you were like, yeah, this is my guy.
Yeah. It's because he's so different. He loves Jesus. Even if he didn't admit it then, he loved Jesus. And he went to church every Sunday. So he knew what he was getting me into, what he was helping me through. So I think having that stability in that person, not only Jesus, but Jacob, he can help me and guide me and bring me closer to Jesus, was such a cool experience. Like, a lot of people grow up in these churches and they learn about everything. They have catechism class, they get introduced in front of the church, like they're baptized as a baby, like all those things. And me not being baptized, not going to church, and now I was 18 years old, going into this high school, huge high school. Keep in mind, like, it's the biggest high school in Wisconsin.
Wow.
So there were a lot of kids there were so many different, and I didn't have any friends. So now I have Jacob. He's my best friend.
Wait, say more about that. You didn't have any friends.
Yeah. Like, I had that one girl that I was in a relationship with, and then that's it. I had all her friends. But then after we stopped talking and stopped, completely cut off contact, I didn't have any friends. I barely graduated high school. My junior year, I basically dropped out. I was in a GED program my senior year where I only had to go to school 4 days a week. I left at noon every day, so I didn't really have the opportunity to make new friends now that I was going to church and becoming this new person, a faithful girl that, like, it was just, like, seriously snap of the fingers, and I was different. And, like, I praise Jesus every single day for that, because not a lot of people get that, Like I said, a lot of people grow up in church and have catechism and learn all this stuff, but I didn't have that. I just was relying on God and also Jacob to just, like, teach me these things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you started dating Jacob after high school?
No, I was dating Jacob in high school.
What grade were you?
I was a senior.
Okay, but he was in college.
Yes. So during the beginning of our relationship, he was in that electrician college. So and then after that, it was like a couple months. He left. I was still a senior in high school. He left that technical college, stopped being an electrician, and went to New Ulm, here, to MLC.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So it was like,
okay,
like literally like this snap of my fingers, halfway through my senior year, I'm dating this guy. He's going to be a pastor at New Ulm. Like 3 months before this, I was dating a woman. Like that, seriously, it was like crazy, like quick turnaround. And it was so, I think I needed that. Like, I was just like struggling. I had an eating disorder. I was like 115 pounds. I was very small, and I just like found Jesus, and it changed my life. And it's to this day, every single day it'll be amazing. Just like what Jesus does for us, died for our sins on the cross, you know. And I can go to that now when I think about my past, when the devil tries to pull me back, when my sin pulls me back, I can pull into that that I have Jesus. He saved me. Like
that experience.
it's so like it's just crazy.
So maybe this is like a really personal question, but you were with this girl, and then you ended things really abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a reason for that? Like, what were the reasons that led to that? Was it you hadn't met Jacob yet at that point, right?
So, okay, me and this girl, like I said, we're friends from 5th grade to maybe it was junior. No, it was senior.
Was she with you in like the mission trip or like the
Yeah.
Tuesday? Okay, she was
Wow.
there.
She was in church.
Okay.
I don't know if she would say that she believes in Jesus now. I don't really pay attention to that, but yeah, she went to the Bible study with me. And yeah, went on that mission trip with me. And we were still together with air quotations, whatever you want to call it. I would say a very strong friendship. Others would say a relationship. Yeah, to answer your question about like abruptly ending it, it was kind of upcoming. We started, okay, she would cheat a lot, like text a lot of other people, and that would like absolutely send me into a rage because
fair.
Yeah.
And actually she said this to me one time. This is kind of funny. She was like, you know, I want to date other people, but you don't have to. Like, I don't want you to. And I was like, what? Did you just say that to me?
Oh my goodness.
Double standard. Whoops.
And like, it was just super toxic and not a good thing for my mental health because like why like we're supposed to be best friends and you're just gonna go do that with somebody else. And the other funny part is it would always be people from other states. So she would text other people from South Carolina, Florida, California, you know, like all these places. But yeah, so that happened more often than not. So I was just getting sick of it. You know, I was like, you know, like you emotionally have my heart, okay? Like I'm relying on you. This is kind of jumping back. My grandpa had just died. I'm failing at high school. I'm ready to drop out. My parents just split up. We moved like 3 times, you know. It was just like a terrible place.
Wow.
And I was relying on her for my sanity, for my everything. Like I just went to her every time something went wrong.
That was your anchor point.
Exactly. And that's why I said I wouldn't see it as a relationship, you know. I was just very attached because that was my somebody that I could go to that would pull me out.
Yeah.
At least it felt like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it sounds like everything else around you is like constantly changing. That was the one constant thing that like you had during that whole time.
Exactly. So you can imagine like my birthday, I had a birthday party. I invited her. I was like, let's go to the Wisconsin Dells. Let's have fun at a water park for the weekend. She was like, no, I can't go. Sorry. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Whatever. I get back from this trip and she says, hey, just come over. Let's talk for a little bit. Because we were having this rough patch where we were barely talking to each other. I was already feeling like super left out. Like I didn't know what was going on. I was like, this is just not right. And like I said, all this stuff just kept piling up and I needed to tell somebody. And I couldn't tell her because we were fighting about the fact that she was texting other people. But yeah, so after this birthday party, I went to her house and she just broke it off. And I was like...
She did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, please, I'll do anything. Like, I was bawling my eyes out. It was terrible. So, no, it was not abrupt. It was leading. It just kept happening that she would just text other people. And it would just be like... I don't even know how to explain it. I just keep getting heartbroken every single time. So it was just bound to be over. And then, yeah, so after that ended a month, that was November 25th probably. I don't know the exact date. December, what was it? It was Christmas Eve that me and Jacob finally started talking.
That's right.
On Snapchat. So I guess I'll tell you guys about how I met Jacob.
I want to hear this story. Yeah, Jacob's never told it.
Yeah, have you ever heard it before?
No.
Oh, I
don't
talk
think
about
so.
it all the time, I feel like. Okay, so this is gonna be fun.
I'm so excited for this now.
Yeah, no,
This could be fun. It's fine.
On a brighter note, no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, Christmas Eve, me and Jacob, we had each other on Snapchat for a while. I don't remember him adding me, but apparently he added me off of TikTok. It was in my bio or whatever.
Oh yeah, you had TikTok. You had like a whole following and everything.
Yeah, he saw a.
What? Wait. You had you posted on TikTok? You're like a content creator? Almost?
No,
okay.
Not really. I posted there was this trend going around. It was your biggest flex in life, and I put that I have been inside the Outer Banks van, from the show.
Okay.
Okay, so he probably liked that show. He slid over. My for my Snapchat was in my bio. He copied and pasted it in Snapchat and added me, and I must have added him back, So we had each other on Snapchat for a while, but didn't realize it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Christmas Eve, I was so over being single. I just wanted to have fun, so I just started texting all these guys on my Snapchat, and Jacob happened to be one of them. And
that is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
In our first conversation, it's so funny. I asked him what he wanted for Christmas, and he said, I want a pink bike from Walmart. So I went.
Jacob was different back then.
What the? Yeah. Do we need to have another talk with Truba about that?
Apparently.
Pink bike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pink bike from Walmart. And I went on Walmart's webpage or whatever on the online thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to find exactly what he's looking for. Screenshotted it. It's saved in our chat. I'll show you after. Screenshotted it. Was sent it to him on Snapchat. I was like, is this the one you're talking about? He's like, yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what I want. Now, I didn't buy it for him, but that was the basis of our conversation. And it was we were just exchanging Snapchats, Oh, you're cute. Oh, you're cute. It's thanks. You too. It's so, just
high school.
weird. High school.
Yeah.
And we both.
No one knows what they're doing.
We're not Christians at this point. Well, I definitely wasn't. Jacob still went to church. He also did not tell me that he went to church. So this was probably Christmas Day. He just left his phone at his house because we had each other's Snapchat location. And he was telling me, or he wasn't telling me actually. His location was at his house, and he was at church. And I was texting him. I'm like, oh, hey, Merry Christmas. Why aren't you answering me? It's kind of he just went on for 5 hours not texting me back in the middle of the day. Randomly didn't say, oh, I have to do something really quick. Nothing. He was at church. He came back, and I was like, hey, you didn't respond for 5 hours. Are you okay? Did something happen? He didn't actually tell me, I don't think. I had to dig it out of him. He was almost ashamed that he had went to church. Yeah. So, yeah, I dug it out of him, and he was like, yeah, my family, they go to church, we're Christian. I was like, that's amazing. I had no problem with that at all. I didn't really understand, but I was like, that's great. But yeah, so the first time we met was, so we originally started texting Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, whatever. And then we met on New Year's Day. So 5 days later?
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, quick. We FaceTimed once, and I was like, I want to meet you. Let's go. So we both drove 3.5 hours.
Dang.
To the middle. It was Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We went to Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch.
Hype.
Yes. Great. We haven't gone back since.
Known first date location.
Okay, was
Buffalo
was
Wild
the texting
Wings.
and the first conversation on FaceTime that amazing? Where you were like,
Apparently.
3.5 hours is worth it.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even have a car. I had to take my grandma's car to drive there. But yeah, so we ate Buffalo Wild Wings, and then we watched Avatar, The Way of the Water. So whenever that came out is when New Year's Day. With the 3D glasses. But we watched that, and then it was just so great. He had a work party he invited me to. And I went home and I told my mom, and I'm like, hey Mom, I really want to go meet this guy that I met. I'll get to that. And she was like, no, you can't meet him. And I was like, why? She was like, well, are you crazy? Like, he lives in Green Bay. Like, what if he's a stalker? Like, what if he kidnaps you and takes you? I'm like,
I mean, fair.
He won't. And she was like, well, if he really cares, he'll drive down here and I'll meet him first. And I was like, okay. So this party was like 2 weeks away. And the next weekend, Jacob came down, met my mom, and my mom was like, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. Just be back by midnight. So I went to his work party. This was 3.5 hours away again. It was great. I had an awesome time. So it's our second time meeting. I guess it was our third because the first time, so it was our third time meeting, and it was great, you know. I knew he was a Christian. I didn't really care. I didn't really know where it was gonna go. And my mom was just not a fan of the idea of me driving to see him. We did actually tell our parents 2 different things on how we really met. So I told my mom that we met at Subway and I asked for his phone number. And he told his parents that we met at a soccer game in Green Bay, which both were lies.
Yep.
So it was like...
Interesting.
We didn't tell them till the day before we got married.
Would they have been mad if you met on Snapchat? Or was it the driving the distance?
No, they would have been mad we met on Snapchat.
Huh.
But we did tell them. So that's what counts.
Interesting. Okay.
But, yeah, so then a couple weeks into our relationship, that's when we started going to church. That's when Jacob's dad found that church for us. And that's when it really started to take off, my faith. Like, I think it was November of 2025, so last year. Oh, no, it couldn't have been. It was November 2020. I don't remember. November sometime I got baptized. And I remember, this is so awesome. Me and Jacob were sitting in my room at my mom's house, and I was like, he wasn't really sure if I was ready to commit to being baptized. So we laid down, and he was like, Helena, you need to repeat these words after me. I need to know if this is real, like if you actually feel solid about this. And he was like, I don't really remember exactly what he said, but he was like, you know, you just have to tell me, repeat this. I believe in Jesus. And I said, I believe in Jesus. And then he was like, who died for my sins on the cross? And I repeated, who died for my sins on the cross? And like, I just remember that moment. I was like, I love this guy. He seriously just brought out the best person that ever in me.
That's so amazing.
Wow, dude.
Like,
that's awesome.
It, like, I
I
think he
guy.
started crying.
Yeah.
At the fact that
so
I had just confessed my faith for the first time in front of him. And, like, that's when he asked me, he was like, do you want to get baptized? Like, do you actually want to do this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm so ready. Let's go. So I did a Bible information class, and then, I got baptized, and it was so awesome just to confess my faith in front of somebody, telling them that I love Jesus was so weird. It was, like, unbelievable. And I think that was really, like, substantial because I realized that I could tell somebody that I love Jesus. And I'm not ashamed of that. You know, like, I went to this school where you would probably be shamed if you said that you love Jesus. They're very LGBTQ plus, like, if you said anything about LGBTQ, you would get in trouble. Like, if you said anything bad about it.
Yeah.
So, just, like, realizing that was a big...
Was that an uncomfortable moment, doing that with Jacob? Like, because you had never done that before.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think it was more of, like, a solidifying thing for me. And, like, an emotional thing. Because I had never had that stability. I always relied on like, Jesus is a person. I always relied on a physical human being that I felt connected to.
Yeah.
In my past, I would have said connected in the universe or whatever. Like, I didn't really know what I believed. I didn't think about it. But yeah, so just realizing that I relied on Jesus for everything now was, like, super meaningful.
For everything.
Everything. Yeah. And I think that was the moment that Jacob realized that he wanted to marry me, honestly.
Oh,
and I did have to push it on him. I was like, let's go, let's get engaged. Like, what are we waiting for? And then, yeah, so it was just so amazing. And that's, like, the greatest moment of my life. Just confessing that.
Beautiful.
I'm going to say something that I never, ever have to say, and that is I'm genuinely at a loss for words right now. Usually I have too many words to say, but, like, just hearing that story is just, I don't even know what to think.
Yeah, and
I know everybody says, like, their love story is, like, their favorite story. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm pretty sure your guys' love story is my favorite story. I mean, that's just sick. I mean, oh my goodness, dude, that's amazing. Yeah,
it's great. It just, and now, like, he's a father to my child.
Yeah.
I'm 20 years old with a kid. He is 22 with a kid. We both love Jesus. We're gonna teach him about Jesus, our kid about Jesus. It's
Praise
just
God.
like such. I would not be here without Jesus. That's the basis,
Amen.
you know?
yeah.
Like, it's just amazing. So, yeah, after I got baptized, I still went to St. Andrews. I went there by myself. I didn't go with Jacob all the time.
Because he was at school? Okay.
So I've got enough confidence, like, to actually go to the church by myself and encourage my mom to come with me.
Did you have to work up to that? Or was it like,
yes.
We're going to go to church?
Yeah. So the first time I really felt confident was during Lent, which is like they have those short services with a meal afterwards.
Yeah.
So I was confident enough to say, you know what, I can get myself out of the house to go to church to hear about Jesus for 45 minutes and have a meal after, you know. And it did take a lot of Jacob being like, you should just do it. Like, I know you don't have anyone to go with you. So just do it. Just push yourself. And eventually I did. And I would bring my grandma with me, the one that went to that, what did I say? It was Mormon.
The Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witness. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
I convinced her to come with me. I convinced my mom a couple times to come with me. So yeah, it was just cool to see how I was a shy girl needing Jacob to go to church, to becoming somebody who can go there by myself and really, like, listen to the word and just hear it in that moment by myself. Like, that was my devotion almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went there. It was great. I'm trying to think. So after that, yeah, Jacob and I got engaged. It was like, how long? Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
No, you're good. Oh, Star Wars.
We can watch the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Way to start Ezra off right.
I know. They must have connected to my TV. Okay, anyways. Yeah, we got engaged about a year after we started dating, which is, like, such a cool thing, you know?
It's
just
a little different.
Fast,
yeah.
but it's like,
what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Like, it is, there's nothing. We were long distance for however long. We were ready to just move to that next step, and we had Jesus in the center of our relationship. So it was really cool just to grow together in that. And he was an electrician to start out, and now he's going to be a pastor. I was a totally different person.
Yeah.
I was dating a woman. Let's just put it out there, it's already out there. So, and then just to see how we both grew together, but also got grew with Jesus as well.
Yes.
And that is the center of everything now. So it's just super encouraging, and I just want to tell everyone about it. A lot of people don't have that story and don't have that ability to say that they grew with their spouse into Jesus.
Yes.
Actually, I have a thing. I think it's Ecclesiastes. I don't know what it is. I don't know the verse. It says, when two become one, or three cords tied with one. It's something like that. And that just I think we had that at our wedding, and that was super cool, because that is literally what happened. We intertwined with Jesus, and it grew us closer, and now we're both close to Jesus. So I think, it's amazing.
It's a beautiful story, and I do appreciate how open you are with it, because it is encouraging to me, and I think it's encouraging to anybody that would hear it.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm still at a loss for words. This is not great podcast material, but it's just, that's powerful. And I mean, the word or the number, I guess, that keeps coming to mind is just 180. I mean, literally in the span of 2 months, you go from really not prioritizing Jesus that much, not really having much of a relationship with him, to then not just going to church, but then meeting Truba, and then Jacob growing in his faith, and then immediately going, not immediately, but a couple months in, saying, hey, I'm going to become a pastor. And just all of that's just so completely different than what was going on in your life before. And it's just, wow. I mean, at the center of all of it is just Jesus. And I know Jesus really does just change everything. And your guys' story together, I think has got to be one of the clearest examples that I've seen in people's lives. And it really does just kind of take your breath away for a second, and just, wow. I mean, this is who I love. This is who saved me. This is who I'm called to serve. And it's this person that has such a profound impact and effect on everybody's lives. And it's just, it blows my mind. It truly does.
Yeah. And even in the aspect of friends, I had no friends before I met Jacob. And then all of a sudden I get faith, and I move halfway, I guess it's not halfway, but from Madison, Wisconsin to New Ulm, Minnesota, where there's absolutely nobody. And now I have all these friends from MLC. Everyone is just dear to me. There's no drama at all. If it is, it's oh my gosh, they got engaged. It's that's great,
Different type of drama.
Yeah, exactly. And just having that friend group, and I'm in a what is it called, small group with 4 amazing girls that I can just learn about Jesus as well. So it's just yeah, like you said, 180, going from that nothing, no friends, no faith, no reliable love, within how it's been 2 years, maybe a year and a half. Now I am surrounded by all these people, all these friends. I'm surrounded by the Word. I'm surrounded by Jesus. I have an amazing husband. I have a kid. It's just I'm very grateful every single day. And it's just something a lot of people will ask me, why did you get married so quick? If you and your spouse are in the Word, and you know that they love Jesus and that they can help you grow, or vice versa, you can help them grow, why not wait? It is the most beautiful thing, being married to somebody. It can change your life. It literally changed mine. So I know there's not a lot of people who are married on this podcast, but seriously, if you hear that, just put that out there, you and your spouse. It's you, your
Get
spouse.
married young.
Yes.
Just do it.
Don't force it.
That
but it's
girl in
okay.
the
No.
cafeteria sitting by herself, sit next to her and ask her to marry. No.
Okay, no. But like, if like a lot of people ask like why so quick, and that's just why. Like, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
The amount of people at school that are gonna start using like the pink bike pickup line is gonna be
Oh,
crazy
yeah, that's
after
gonna
this.
It's gold. It works.
Yeah.
Proven.
But yeah.
I'm picturing this as, okay, so you were in that relationship before.
Mhm.
And you were very dependent, it seemed like, on that girl for your self-worth, for support, for
Mhm.
things like that. And it wasn't a good, healthy kind of dependence. And then you're with Jacob, and you're also dependent on him, but he's solid
Mhm.
because he's dependent on somebody else that's way bigger, and so are you, obviously.
Mhm.
But I think that's just a cool thing that you can have that comparison where it's like, I know what it means to depend on the world and for it to let me down.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's awesome.
every single thing in this world is temporary. It's always changing. It's never going to be able to give you the firm foundation, the anchor point. But the one thing that is always unchanging is God, and it's God's love for you. And when you're with someone who understands God's love for him, then it helps you be able to understand not just God's love for you as well, but how you can love each other through God, I think. And that's just, it really is cool to just see a story that's so closely connected to that truth. And that's what marriage was supposed to be.
Mhm.
It was never supposed to be a two-person thing. It's always God, man, and woman. And when that happens, usually beautiful things follow. So
Exactly.
Can you shed more light on your perspective on like watching Jacob go through this process? Because when you first started dating, you said he was kind of ashamed of
Mhm.
him going to church, but then a couple months in, it's a
Yeah.
complete shift.
Yeah. I mean, like you put it, Jacob was not. He was pretty ashamed. He didn't even want to tell me. I think that him growing, my perspective on that would be, it encouraged me to grow as well, because we weren't only doing it separate, but we were also doing it together. So watching him go from that one person into the next step of like even just doing his devotion every day. He'd send me a Bible verse every day. We'd do that, like we'd both send each other things. Just like seeing that was like, there is another purpose in my life other than just myself. Because that's all I thought of was just myself, So I think that realizing and seeing that just, like I said, was encouraging, and I don't know, I just grew with him.
No, like
So together we grew, and like, I don't know, I don't think it was, we had our own personal like devotion, obviously, but then mainly we had ours. It was just every day. We would both. I don't know. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. You're able to read God's word together, talk about it.
Yeah, and on the Bible app, we even would. There's this thing you can do. It's like pre-made devotions already.
Okay.
So we would just send them back and forth every time we'd finish one. I'd send him one, and we'd do it together every night on FaceTime.
that's so
Instead
cool.
of watching a show, or instead of doing this and that, whatever, just messing around, we would have this time to read our Bible together and go through it. And we finished probably 10 devotions. I mean, it has the outline for you. You read through you read through scripture for sure. You can either watch a video, or there will be like a little devotion on it, like just breaking it down for you. And I think that helped us grow too, because we had something, we could pick the topic on what we were gonna watch or listen to or read, which was good for me because I like to know what I'm going into, so like what I'm going into reading. So we could pick something on like growing together as one, or marriage workshop 101, or there's like a bunch of different things. But then I would go in and it would give me the breakdown of what I'm going to read, what the scripture is going to be, and how it connects to each other. And that helped me a lot to grow, because I'm a very like, you have to paint it for me, and then I can realize it. So having him help me do that, as well as me being able to do that on my own, was really great. So I think that also really pushed us together towards Jesus, and it was just, everything lined up at the perfect time. And praise Jesus every single day for that, because it's amazing. It's God's work. There's nothing that can change it, like you said earlier. But yeah,
He has a plan. He always has a plan.
I was wondering, how do you think Christ's role in your marriage has helped you and Jacob not just survive in your marriage, but thrive in your marriage and like continue to grow? Because I know in modern society, I mean, divorce rates are higher now than they've ever been before, and basically I feel like all you hear about in the news is just how awful marriages are between different celebrities. And even I have people in my own family in the past that go through, you know, divorces and struggles with relationships and stuff. And I'm just curious as to how Christ has helped you navigate that, because with keeping Christ at the center, I would imagine that would take a lot of the additional problems out of it.
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of today's divorce rates are due to money. Financial.
That's the number one reason I've seen. Yeah.
Everything. Like, we don't worry about it. We are we do not have a lot of money. We have a house over our head. We can feed ourselves, and we can feed our baby.
Yeah.
But we also have a lot of resources. So, the reason that we have those resources are because, one is from Jacob's school. Two, we both don't make a lot of money, so we get it from the state. So we don't really have to worry about that. And actually, before we got married, we did a marriage workshop at my church with Pastor Hunter, and we took this test, which told us like everything. I don't really know how to explain it. There were like different categories, and it was like a chart. I don't know what chart it was called, but we were the same in every single category. So we like had the same views on a lot of different things, which I think was also a great thing, because we were able to see what parts of our marriage might cause a little stir up. But we were pretty flat across the board. We were both very on the same page of how we wanted to spend our money, how we would like to handle like tough situations, like that, whether that be like just letting it go, talking about it right away, going to blow off steam really quick, like. But I think, Cody, to answer your question, we just rely on Jesus. You know, like, we can pay for rent. That's awesome. We can pay for our groceries. Money is like a really big problem. But also just being able to look back at that chart and see how we both answered those questions basically the same is really like encouraging as well, because we can go into a fight. We don't really fight, but like if there is a fight per chance, we can go into it knowing that we both have we want the same outcome.
Right.
A lot of people, we're working together, but we have Jesus to help us do that. It's we're not one-on-one. We're 1, 2, and 3. 3 is up here. We're down here. We just got to rely on him. Pray about it. We just work through it. So yeah, again, that workshop was awesome. Just like getting to see that. We learned each other's love languages. We have like I have a little card in my wallet that says what his favorite one is, or like what his love language is versus all the other ones. And like actually now that we're married, it's kind of flipped. So our love languages.
Interesting.
Like
really
you have
weird.
his and he has yours?
Yeah. Isn't that
interesting. Weird? That's funny.
Is Jacob's quality time Is that his
Yes.
love language? Look at me knowing things.
Mine's physical touch.
Okay.
But now it's kind of the opposite.
Jacob's is physical touch and yours is quality time.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I feel like quality time is like top for both of us now that we have a baby, just because like we don't really see each other all the time because I'm working or he's in school or we're both or he's taking care of Ezra or I'm taking care of Ezra. So, but
what's your love language? Is it?
I don't even know.
No, you know. Come on.
I don't even know what they all are.
Quality time, physical touch,
acts of service,
gift
giving.
There's one more.
Words of affirmation.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's, I haven't taken the test ever, but probably it's between words of affirmation and quality time. Like the fact that somebody just wants to be with me and we don't necessarily have to do anything crazy, but they just want to spend time with me is meaningful. And then also knowing that I mean something to them when they say something, that's very important to me.
Yeah.
That checks out.
And my fiance is very good about both of those things. So.
Woo, go Matilda. Yeah, actually, I was going to say, you guys should look into a marriage workshop.
We are actually. There's one at North Cross in like a month that we've signed up for.
Do you have to be in a relationship to go to that?
I don't think you have to be, but I think he sent it out to people that he knew were in a relationship or.
Yeah, we had to pay for ours.
Oh yeah.
I think. And then
if you want a third wheel, yeah.
No, well, I was just thinking, like, would it be weird if I just show up at this marriage workshop, just sitting at like the single table, just
the single table by yourself?
Single table.
By myself, yeah.
But what if there's other singles?
That could
Do
be.
you
a win.
imagine if I met my future wife at a marriage workshop?
That'd be a win.
You guys would be on the same page.
Yeah. For the record, since nobody asked me what my
I'm
love
sorry.
language was, no.
Cody, what's your love language,
Oh,
Cody?
I'm so glad that you asked, dude. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. No, my love language is definitely it always has been, and it will always be physical touch, quality time.
Yeah.
I feel very strong about that. I don't think that would ever change.
I mean, obviously, I like a good hug. Those are great. So physical touch is important. But.
Yeah, now like that I think about it, like looking back, I think quality time was always my love language, but I wanted it to be physical touch because like even like me and my friends would just sit in a room together and we would just be there together, and that like meant something to me because I was with somebody. So
yeah,
maybe mine just changed and not Jacob's, but I don't know. Still good.
I've always said that my dream date genuinely is like just cuddling underneath a blanket, watching Lord of the Rings, like extended edition. No words need to be said. Zero. Just being there, like hugging each other, and then just like being with each other. That is literally like peak existence for me, like 100%.
If anybody out there resonates with that and think that's also a perfect date,
you know who it is.
Contact us. Echoes of Sunday.
No, oh man.
Just kidding.
No.
Please don't do
Anyways, that's fun. I love talking about love languages. I think it's fascinating.
I love love.
You love
I
love?
love love.
Oh, we should put that as like a hashtag for the episode. Hashtag love love. No, I do think I've heard in the past that like once you get in a like extended relationship with someone or you've been together for a while, you kind of just adapt to each other's love language more because you recognize it. That's what the person needs, and you recognize about him that that's what he needs. So you just kind of like almost intuitively start doing that more and more, and then you usually like more for adapt into that being more of your love language just because you're doing it more.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, learning about your partner, really important. And like you said, the workshops, very helpful because if you don't have a system with which to deal with conflict or your finances and you're just like, we're going to figure it out. Well, you might, but the odds are it's going to be a lot harder or it's going to destroy your relationship. And if you already have a system in place where, okay, you can be mad, I can be mad, but let's acknowledge that we're working together. We still want to be together after this argument or disagreement or whatever it is.
Exactly, and just having that, like, in your mind that you both would like the same thing out of it and that you want to handle it the same way. Like, whether that be, like I said before, like, you blowing off some steam first, walking away from the situation, or tackling it right then and there, which it can be heated. So just Like, you just have to be on the same page of how you would like that to end. But yeah, I think that's really important, and I think that is why Jacob and I just fit like a puzzle piece together, because we figured out each other. We were long distance for a while, so we really got to go head to head, like, learning each other. We didn't get to spend a lot of time together. It was every other weekend or every 2 weeks, you know. So we really, really took that time to learn about each other and learn about Jesus together and do our devotion together and just mold into one with Jesus. So.
Yeah, so that time apart even brought you guys closer together.
Exactly. And that's why I am grateful that happened, because if it didn't, I don't know if we would have got to know each other that well. But
being apart.
Yes.
Because did you talk every day, but just like so you were able to you were forced to talk. You couldn't.
Exactly. We couldn't just
sit there and watch a movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just sit together, you know. Or like be on our phone. We were always talking about something, always reading together, always learning something new about each other. Whether that be that Jacob can do a handstand for 10 seconds.
Can you still do a handstand for 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Let's get him out here.
Good job, Trube.
Jacob! No. But yeah.
No, that's awesome. I mean, I've heard one, absence makes the heart grow fonder, which I know I've heard that type of story, that opinion or perspective from a lot of different couples that have had to go through it. But I do feel like a lot of it's just not taking things for granted as much. Like when something's a part of your life, whether that be like your faith life from early on as a childhood, or even dating and relationship in this case, if you only know a world where you guys are close together, you just kind of like, you get so used to that. But when you're not able to have that, it makes those times that when you are together that much more special. And you're not just going to like overlook that. You're going to just enjoy the moment and say, hey, this is special. It's going to bring us closer together, and just praise God for the moments that we do get to see each other. So
yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Something that's been on my mind since going back to your story, I'm picturing, during Lent, you said you had to kind of work up the courage to go into church. And I'm picturing like Helena nervously walking into church with her mom.
Yep.
And wondering how it's going to go. Do you know what imposter syndrome is?
Yeah, like a fear of what everyone's thinking of you.
Yeah, and you feel like you don't really belong here. Did you ever get that feeling, just in Christian groups at church? Because it was such a quick turnaround, and you weren't used to this environment at all.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think I was more anxious, if you want to call imposter syndrome anxious, then yes. But in the sense that I wasn't afraid of what people would think. I was afraid of if I would find anyone that I could be friends with. Or like, I guess if I would be welcomed, because of the 2 other experiences I had at church before that, the Jehovah's Witness leaving once they saw the decorations, or just the community church or the non-denominational church being like just like that camp with my already friends. Like, it was our whole friend group that was in that thing, the camp in middle school.
Yeah. So
I would say in the fact that I didn't know if I was going to meet anyone that I would be friends with. But like, as soon as I walked in, every single time I was greeted, I never wanted to turn around. I wanted to stay there forever. And like, I think that's really important in a church, You shouldn't walk into a church and it be like you're ignored.
Yeah.
Or like you are just a person with 1,000 members, That's why I think that I'm really excited to get to a church after Jacob gets a call, because I just want everyone to feel welcome. Especially if they're new, like I was. I can share with them my story. I can pull them in and just grasp them and say, let me talk to you. Let me tell you about my life. Let me tell you about how I got here. Let me just share with you Jesus. Like, if you don't want to come back, as long as you hear about Jesus and you hear that it can be possible, that I firsthand experienced this. It is possible to go from this life to snap to the next life. It's just such. I just like. I think that's why I'm gonna be a great pastor's wife. I'm not trying to steal that thunder.
No, know your gifts.
Because
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be able to show people that my life was like this, but now it is like this because of Jesus, and because I just put it all out there. I just let it pull me in, and I'm just very excited to have my congregation get to know about me and like about how we went from that to this. So I just think it's gonna be great. I don't know.
I love the way you talk about it, and it's the way the Bible talks about it too. The dying of the old self and the birth of new life, and it's just like so different than anything the world has to offer. And I think that's such a cool picture that you hold on to.
Yeah, it's just, and I don't really like. I'm sure half of this stuff you guys didn't even know about me, and I want to share that with people so much. Like it is burning inside of me just to tell everyone.
That's so cool.
About how I became this person to who I am now. And I wish, like, E-Day or whatever, Evangelism Day, I would love to just go and talk about that, about my life, how good Jesus is and how your life can be changed by Jesus if you just listen, if you just do it. And some people are stubborn and they won't. And they won't not listen. Stubborn, but like they don't understand, which is completely fine. But if I have any point in my life that I would be able to just tell somebody that, like I said, my old self versus now, I think that it could encourage a lot of people just to see how much you can change with God as your Savior.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the very first people Jesus ever called, they were fishermen. They had zero idea, zero inclination that they were going to be 11, 12 of the most important people to ever walk the face of the earth. They had zero idea that they were going to go to all these different countries, these different continents, and tell others about Jesus. And then you look at they're 12 ordinary men, and then God takes their life, basically flips it on its head in one day, and then they're a completely new person.
Yeah,
it's just it's profound. Where you don't need to have any certain specific skill set, any previous experience, and just when you take your faith, grasp onto the promises of God's word, how much that changes you just instantly, and then God's equipping you to go out into the world and share that with other people. That's just a beautiful thing, and hearing your story gets me fired up to tell other people about Christ, because to see the difference that he makes in people's lives is awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure you can attest to this, but like the change that God makes in your life, it's not like he's taking something away from who you are. You're not losing part of yourself. You're becoming more of who you're meant to be, who God made you to be.
Yeah, and like I am still my old self in the sense that I have Jesus, but like just even like the me when I was my old self, if you want to say, like I did some very questionable things. I probably dated 100 people. I just talked to everyone on the earth that I wanted to, because I wanted to find that person that was for me, but I couldn't find it because I didn't know Jesus. I didn't have that cornerstone of he is your entire life. Like, you need to devote yourself to him and just realize that this is an opportunity for you to grow. But I was just trying to find that in men because who knows why. But now I'm here. And the only man, well, okay, I love 2 men, 3 men. My son, Jacob, but most importantly, Jesus.
There you go.
Amen.
That's
awesome.
That is awesome. I mean, I think I was trying to come up with some type of profound picture to share with people, but I mean, you can look all over the face of the earth for something, but when you're gonna try and like find your self-worth, that's not gonna be found in this world. It's gonna be found through Christ. So, yeah, you could have talked to. I mean, you said you talked to 100 guys. You could have talked to 10 million guys, and you still wouldn't have found it.
Exactly.
So, it's just how influential Jesus truly is.
Yeah, the lie that you're gonna find worth or meaning from another person is so easy to believe, but really you can't.
I think it destroys people too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you believe that like your self-worth and you yourself as an individual, that's determined by someone else's love and affection towards you, then I mean it's a glass house on a sinking foundation. It's never gonna stand. So yeah,
They're just a human being. You can't put that burden on them. Only Jesus can take that burden.
Exactly.
yeah. Even if they want to like be that person for you, I mean, they're still sinful. They're still gonna struggle and fail. So
Yeah, and I think that's why Jacob was the catch of my life, as he would say. Well, because he encouraged me so much to go to church and to find Jesus and to get baptized and to give my life to Jesus. I mean, like I said, I literally proclaimed it to him. He was the first person to ever hear the words, "I love Jesus," come out of my mouth. I believe that Jesus died for my sins. He made me write in my Bible what we believe. Like, Jesus died for my sins on the cross. On the 3rd day, he rose again. And whatever, like, he made me write that down just so I could, like, look back at it and realize, like, this is why I love Jesus, and this is how I can still love Jesus. Like, just, like, not
so
just
cool.
to, like, keep it in my head, but to just replay it in my head. And I also think that's why he's going to be a great pastor. And I also think that one of the things that encouraged him to be a pastor was watching how I could be from this terrible person who just loved the world and loved everything except for Jesus to somebody now who cares so deeply about their faith and just like wants to share that with everyone. It's just like seriously 2 ends of the spectrum. Like we just keep going back to that 180. Like it's just a full turnaround in the blink of an eye. Like it's amazing. I don't know.
Yeah. What did that encouragement, when Jacob encouraged you to go to church and explore your faith, was it more direct, like him saying you should go to church, or was it more indirect, him going to church and you kind of just seeing that, or maybe both?
I think that I think what started it was I did not want Jacob's dad to not like me. So when Jacob's dad was like, "Hey, you guys should go to this church," I was like, "Okay, his dad knows, right? Like, I don't know, he goes to church." And like I said, Jacob knew he was in catechism, like he was grown up in a Wells church. So like I feel like I could lean on him and like trust him to just take me there. And eventually that turned from me relying on Jacob to me relying on Jesus, to me again like not relying on myself but relying on Jesus to just bring me in and pull me in. And that's what happened. I just got drowned. I got baptized and I was like, I'm ready. Keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Keep the Jesus coming.
So much has changed in your life in the last few years. And with that, I'm sure God's been teaching you so much and you've had to learn so much on the fly. Is there like some particular lesson that he's taught you in the past 2 years or feel like he's teaching you right now that stands out to you at all?
I would say love your neighbor. That's like something that when I was 2 years ago, I struggled with. Like, I just hated everyone. I just would judge everybody from their head to their toe. Like, literally, they would make one wrong step, and I would just jump to it. I just judge them. And I think that's why I also didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't trust anybody. I would just judge everyone based off of everything. But Jesus says, love your neighbor like yourself. And now that I love myself and I see myself in a different way, I can love everyone around me, you know? And sometimes I still slip up and I might say, that guy looks pretty funny. Look at what he's wearing. And I do judge them on that. But, like, I still bounce back and I'm like, but Jesus says, love yourself. Or love your neighbor like yourself. So I think that is really important to me. Because of now I view everyone around me different. And that was like a big change for me from back then to now. But yeah.
So the world has this idea of loving yourself. Can you speak more about what you mean when you say love yourself?
Now or before?
Now.
Okay. Just remembering that, like, loving, like, okay, I had a really bad body image, so now I just remember that Jesus gives me this food to eat, but he doesn't want you to, like, I just think about Jesus in everything, I guess, like loving myself, like, I didn't love myself because of how my body looked. That's dumb. Like, Jesus created me this way. If I gain a little bit of weight, boo-hoo. I should also, in that sense, take what he has provided and eat healthy, you know? Not, like, processed foods and, like, everything. I still do eat that, but, like, I know I shouldn't. But, yeah, just loving yourself is just putting Jesus first. Because he will teach you everything you need to know about how to love yourself and how to love your neighbor. And I think that's really important.
Because no one can love you like Jesus loves you, not even yourself.
Exactly. Not even your spouse, you know?
Yeah. I think if you're good enough for Christ to love, then you're good enough for yourself to love yourself as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I really like that. That's a bit of a different perspective than we've heard, I think. That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to go on to the last question? Or do you have other questions in mind?
No, we can go to the last one if you want.
We usually ask what your prayer / devotional life looks like today, maybe where you're hoping to progress with that.
Yeah.
What your journey's been with that too.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of reading. I'm very much a visual person. So, like, if I read something, it kind of just flies over my head, which really sucks. So, like, my devotional life is, like, very well based on church. Like, because I'm in that community of everyone around me and I'm learning about Jesus like that. But also just having Jacob there to, like, help me if I have any questions, because I'm still a new Christian. I don't know everything. So if I do jump into the Bible, I might hit road stumps, but I can write that down and be like, Jacob, can you help me? Which is really great. But it's just really hard for me to read. I did get glasses now, so I'm hoping that will help, because I'm nearsighted or farsighted or whatever. I can't see close up.
Something sighted, yeah.
Something, you know. But yeah, my prayer life is important to me. I did suffer with anxiety, so pray. Just like that prayer was answered after I got pregnant. My anxiety just washed, like, it was gone, and now it still is, like, gone. So just like every time I pray at night. I pray before I eat. I pray before everything, because I just feel like that's very important just to do that because I have so many answered prayers. It's just back to back to back to back to back. But yeah, I think it's great. Prayer is amazing, and I do need to jump into my devotional life more, to be honest, because but also I do have like that Bible study group, so that also really helps because I could talk with them as well. But yeah.
So you get a lot out of the community aspect of the faith.
Exactly. Okay. And it's hard being a new mom. Like, I can't just go out and do a bunch of stuff. Like, I can only pack for so many hours, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, and I love Ezra, but he cannot be alone for more than 10 minutes. So it's really hard to get my devotion in there because I'm always doing something. And, like, I actually, like, listen to your podcast, and I love that because that's a great thing to... I like watching Netflix when I do the dishes, but now I can just jump into your podcast and hear that. That's still, like, learning about Jesus, learning about everyone else, like, and I'm a very people person. Like, I love talking, so I think that helps. I've tried listening to, devotions. It's just really hard because I'm so, like, I need it painted in front of me, you know? But I think now, like, just taking that, I think... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's not really a right or wrong way to do it, and everybody we've talked to is still trying to figure out exactly what is best for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a single person's devotional life is exactly like the next person.
No, yeah.
So I think that's why we love, you know, asking that question, because, like, your spiritual walk with God, your strengthening of your faith over time through the word, it's not going to look the same to the person sitting next to you.
Yeah.
None of that really matters as long as you're, you know, growing in your faith and your knowledge and appreciation for everything that God's done for you. So praise God for a podcast. Even beginner level podcast like Echoes of Sunday.
Haphazard.
Yeah.
But yeah, just praise God for all those different resources that he has.
Yeah.
All of them are important.
Exactly. And I definitely think for me, people are the biggest, like, impact on me. Just, like, being able to do this is, like, just making me so happy. Like, I could cry. I'm not going to, but I just, like, and that's, I think, why, like, going to church makes me very happy, because I love people. I love hearing people talk about Jesus. I love everything about that. So I just think that being home all day doesn't help my devotional life because I can't talk about it, you know? I'm kind of stuck in my own thoughts, which can trail off sometimes. Right. So definitely I'm a people person. You guys probably already knew that, though.
Yeah.
So, but if you see me on campus, whoever's listening to this, come say hi, because I will definitely say hi back.
I think community's got to be one of the most underrated aspects of Christian life, because you can do as much, like, individual studying on your own. I know during COVID especially you saw that where, like, people weren't able to meet together, and that has an impact on not just, like, your mental and emotional health, but your spiritual health as well. Because if you're just, like, doing devotions by yourself, you have no other perspectives or thoughts on it. You're only getting out of it what your brain can pull from it. But when you have other people around you and you have that community, get all the different insights and perspectives, and then you're also just there to build each other up and have that type of encouraging atmosphere.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that's why I struggle so much with personal devotion, because I really, like, people's opinions matter to me. And, like, or not even people's opinions, but, like, when I'm reading the Bible, I do love when people can tell me, like, this is where this is coming from. And, like, me and Jacob go through the connections. Yes, like, I am not able to use my brain enough to, like, pull as much as I want to out, you know. I'm reading the Bible, I'm getting the word, but I'm not getting what is coming out of that. Like, I I can't pull out the deeper meaning of that, but I also haven't read the whole Bible yet.
Yeah.
So that could also be, you know.
Very new.
So that's why I think like people helping me navigate through it as I'm reading something new is very, very nice. And actually me and Jacob when Ezra was younger, we went to like a coffee shop every Sunday after church just to break down the sermon text and go through it together.
That's awesome.
Which is really helped me, and we're going
fun.
through the small catechism now, and I'm like, I love it. It's great. So.
Oh yeah, because you probably never had catechism class.
No.
Okay.
I the only thing I had was Bible information class, and I did that online. So obviously, and that was like when I was very first becoming Christian. So it kind of like I don't think I got as much as I wanted to out of it. So me and Jacob were just talking about this, that I should do another Bible information class, but in person, where I can actually go to the church and converse with all these people that are also there learning, because then I can learn from that.
Yeah.
I know pastors at congregations, they always open up those like Bible information classes for people that are already confirmed and members of the church. So yeah, I'd like to go honestly through some more Bible information classes, because it's just, you can never get enough of it. It always teaches you new insights. Yeah. Is there anything else that you're thinking of at all, Logan?
Not at the moment. I'll probably think of something later tonight.
As you're driving
I'm lying
home.
in bed or something like that.
A lot to drive back. Ask you one more question.
Part 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be awesome to have you back on.
Yeah.
When Ezra's a year old or something like that.
Oh yeah, he'll be babbling.
Oh man, that's the thing with this podcast, is I feel like every single person that we've had on, we can never talk about everything.
Yeah.
So we always say, hey, we can't wait to have you on again. But if we keep saying that for everybody, then it's like we're never actually gonna. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
We would love to have you on again. Genuinely.
No, I have an interesting life and a lot of things that I feel like in my past that did shape me into who I am today. I have a very different life than a lot of people in the Wells community. So but I think that will be one of my strong suits. That's how I can push through, you know.
Yeah.
Having that difference.
Perspective, different perspectives are very powerful, and I mean, your story, everybody's story is unique and individualized, but your story is definitely, I'd say, even more so different than just the straight, clean cut Christian all your life story, just because your experiences shape who you are. And I honestly just want to say, on behalf of, I think, both Logan and I, and really the whole community that we have at our school and amongst our friends, we just love you so much, Helena. You're such a blessing to all of our lives.
Yes.
You, Jacob, and Ezra have all helped all of us grow, I think, in different ways. We always talk amongst friends that Ezra is like all of our like nephew, or like he's just like our little bro. Like we all would do anything for him. But yeah, we're just so blessed to have you guys in our life, and I honestly cannot wait for, God willing, another 5 years before we have to part ways.
Yeah.
To just continue to get to know you better and just build on this relationship, because man, there's nothing quite like good Christian relationship between two believers. So
yeah, and I appreciate that. I love you guys too. I love everyone that I talk to at MLC. It's just something that I didn't have back 2 years ago, so now it's just something that like I cherish a lot more. Like, I actually have a friend group, and I actually have friends that I can say, yeah, I'm gonna go stand up in this person's wedding, you know.
That's awesome.
Like, it's just like one of Jacob's really good friends is the godfather to my son. My best friend is the godmother to my son. I would never have been able to say that I have a best friend before.
Wow.
So it's just, you guys also don't know how much I appreciate you guys and just everyone at MLC, all of our friends, everyone.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Maybe next podcast we have a couples podcast, you and Jacob.
I was thinking that. That'd be fun.
I was thinking that too. Yeah. You guys can just talk. Maybe you can get like your fiance on, and I'll just watch
Oh,
Ezra,
man.
and then you guys can.
You just watch Ezra.
Yeah, I'll just be in the corner.
What you really want to do.
Oh man, yeah. This is an awesome podcast to record.
This is a blessing for me.
I've grown in my faith. I have definitely a renewed appreciation for my childhood and growing up with Christ and a Christian environment and family my whole life. So yeah, just thank you again, Helena.
Yeah.
It was a blessing.
Thank you so much.
We hope everybody watching, tuning in, enjoyed it as well. We're still figuring out the video, as you can tell. This isn't probably going to be the best quality, but we really appreciate it.
We're getting there.
Yeah, and just thank you guys for the support. You guys have been awesome. We're growing pretty steadily the last couple of weeks, and yeah, just thank you guys. We couldn't do any of this without you, and we hope you guys get as much enjoyment out of this as we do. So yeah, I think that's all for us.
Yeah,
just
wrap it up.
Yeah, blessings on your guys' week, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.